A very good morning to my respected teacher and my fellow friends for to be present here today. I am Kaustav, Karar, roll number 1, along with Souvagya Ghorui, roll number 6. Today we are going to present our topic about water pollution. So here is the content of our topic, as you can all see. So first is about what is water pollution. Actually, it is nothing but the release of water waste substance into water bodies like river, lakes, and ponds, which make unsafe for the human and aquatic ecosystem. It can be caused due to toxic waste with petroleum and disease-causing microorganisms. Now, next slides. So, types of water pollution. Types of water pollution, it can be categorized based on the source of the nature of the water body. Within it, number 1. Next slide. Surface water pollution. It is an extremely susceptibility of pollution as it occupies such a large portion of the Earth's surface as it almost entirely the result of human activities. Number 2, groundwater pollution. It occurs when pollutants are released to the ground and actually make their way into the groundwater. It also causes the spreading of diseases and etc. So next is about chemical pollution. It is most common type of water contaminants. It affect both surfaces and waters, as you can see, like rivers, lakes, and etc. And also results from petroleum spills. So number 4. Number 4 is about nutrients pollution. As you can see, it is the process where too many nutrients, mainly nitrogen and phosphorus, are added to water bodies and can act like fertilizer, causing excessive growth of algae actually. So the next topic is point is actually oxygen depletion pollution. When too much biodegradable materials is added to water, the number of microorganisms increases gradually, and what happens? It uses up the ability of oxygen. When oxygen level in water depleted relatively, harmless aerobic microorganism dies and anaerobic microorganisms begin to thrive. And next point is agriculture water pollution. This is the picture of agriculture water pollution. So it may have some negative impacts in our view on water quality. Some 70% of water withdrawals worldwide, it plays a major role in water pollution. Farms discharge a large quantity of agrochemicals, organic matters, many kinds of drug residues, sediments, and saline drainage into rivers and lakes, etc. Number 7 point is about suspended matter pollution, water matter pollution. Some contaminants do not dissolve in water. Why? As we know, they are too large to mix with water molecules. It includes many cans, straw, plastics, junk materials, which size is large object, which not able to mix properly within a specific time. And it may be settled into the bottom of lakes, rivers, and oceans. This kind of water bodies in which it can settle by not getting too easily mixed. Now, we are coming about the effect of water pollution. Pollution of water affects both human and aquatic life. We have heard many of us. According to the World Health Organization, who report over half of the global pollution do not have safety measures, sanitation service. Number 2, around 2 billion people live in countries with higher level of water stress. Number three, around 785 million people do not have basic drinking water service. And number 4 point, we take it as a disease rises day by day. So now it's about effects on human beings by water pollution. Long-term health effects from air pollution include heart diseases, mainly lung cancers. According to a 2070 WHO reports, 2.1 billion people do not have access to safe water. In 2019, it stated that 785 million people lack access to estimate drinking water. It is a true fact. And number 2 point, it is about death of aquatic life. We can now take a look at some of the damages that can result from the continued pollution actually of oceans, seas by both domestic and industrial activities. In the report, in 2010, spills on the Gulf of Mexico harmed over 82,000 birds, 25,900 marine animals, 6,165 sea turtles, and an unknown number of fish and invertebrates as damaged. Number 3. Point number 3. Next slide, please, Souvagya. Food chain disruption. The food chain disruption is about the moving of toxin from one level to the higher level. In some areas, or in some cases, pollution can wipe out an entire part of the food chain. Such affect the other organism by either causing excessive growth in case the predator dies or died if it wipes out the prey. Number 4, next slide, Souvagya. Destruction of ecosystem. So it leads to an increase in algae, which depletes the water of oxygen, thereby leading to death of fish and other aquatic lives. Example, like as we all can see that in our nearby lakes or rivers, as like for example in Ganga. In Ganga, we have seen many unwanted and waste product. People are throwing like a dustbin and use very badly actually. That kinds of thing I am saying about. So this is comes in destruction of ecosystem. It's mainly in aquatic life. So number 5 point, it is about water economics effects. Actually, it is a key factor for economic growth. Deteriorating water quality is stalling economic growth, worsening health condition, reducing day by day for the food production also. In Japan research, it shows that it will cost at least $660 billion needed to clean up the effect of the disaster. It costs actually more to purify drink water, not to mention the health cost of treating disease resulting from contaminated water. So next slide. So now the next part will explain my group mate Souvagya Ghorui. So Souvagya, you may start.
Okay, my friend Kaustav Karar already discussed about the what kind of water pollution and the effects of human on the other animals. I am discussing the water pollution prevention. The best way to protect streams our pollution is to prevent it at the source. This means keeping litter and other trash out of creeks in real life. It is also important to trace out of the yards and streets. First one is the wastewater treatment. Wastewater treatment consists of removing pollutants from wastewater through a physical process. It is a process to use the remove contaminants from the wastewater and convert it into a effluent that can be returned to the water cycle. Once returned to the water cycle, the effluent creates an acceptable impact on the environment or is used for the various purposes. It is a good process to clean the water. Second is the green agriculture. Green agriculture, which accounts for 70% of water withdrawals worldwide, plays a major role in the water pollution. Farms discharge large quantities of agrochemicals, organic matter, dark residues into the water bodies. Diagnostic prediction and monitoring and key requirements for the management of agriculture practices that mitigate these harmful impacts on the water resources. And this kind of chemical is used limitedly and taking care of it accordingly. Third is the stormwater management. Stormwater manages the effect to reduce runoff of rainwater or melted snow into the street, lawns, or other sites, and the improvement of the water quality according to the US Environment Protection Agency. When stormwater is absorbed into the soil, it is a filter and ultimately replenishes, equalizes, or flows into the streams and rivers. However, when a heavy rainfall hits the ground, saturated by the water creates excessive moisture that runs across the surface and into streams, sewers, and road ditches. So it is important to avoid pollutants from the contaminating the water and help to use water more efficiently. Fourth point is the air pollution prevention. Air pollution prevention has a direct impact on the water contamination, as 25% of human-induced CO2 emission are absorbed by the ocean. Reducing pollution in the air is more important for the human health and the environment. Poor air quality has harmful effect on the human health, particularly the respiratory and cardiovascular system. So air pollution is the best way. Preventing the air pollution is the best way to prevent this form of happening. Fifth is the plastic waste reduction. 80% in our plastic in our ocean is from the land sources. In order to reduce the amount of plastic in our ocean, the simplest way to reduce the plastic waste is to avoid unnecessary and single use of plastic, support business, and we are reducing the plastic waste and reuse the exciting plastic and avoid products with excess or unnecessary plastic packaging. Adopt reusable items such as the water bottle, shopping and shopping bags, gift crafts, and rebuild, etc. also can be not used regularly. Six is the water conservation. Without water conservation, we would not to go very far. It is essential in making sure the world has a better access to clean the water. In 2021 reports shows that the 76 million people in the India do not have the access to safe drinking water. Also, 54% of Indian faces the highs to extremely high water stress. So we need to conserve the water. These are some of the simple way to save it. The few points is take a shower of 5 minutes or less, or turn off the tap while brushing your teeth and washing your hands. Don't keep the tap running while washing clothes, etc. And it is the taking water is care resources, taking care of it accordingly and managing its responsibly. Top 5 NGOs working to conserve Indian bodies. That NGOs are why the NGOs are working that with 40% of the population facing severe water shortage in the next decade, we need to support water conservation on a world-footing manner. India is gifted with astonishingly beautiful and distinctive lakes. Not only do these lakes act as a water reservoir, but also play an important role in maintaining the ecological system. Naturally, water bodies such as the lakes and ponds are source of the drinking water, help control floods, support biodiversity, and regenerate the groundwater. With India already facing a severe water crunch predicted by the scientists to ocean by 2030, it is important for us to take action. The data shows that we need to conserve water bodies immediately. Over 80% of crowd sewage is discharged into water bodies such as lakes and oceans in developing countries like India. The number of lakes in India is continuously diminishing the Bangalore had nearly 260 lakes in the 1960. Now there are hardly 80 lakes. In 2001, data showed that more than 135 lakes in Ahmedabad. Within 10 years, the number were less than 75. Hyderabad has lost more than 7,320 hectares of wetlands in the last 12 years. Second is the Bhumi. The Revive Lakes project by the NGO Bhumi has started with the aim of cleaning restoring the lakes and other water bodies. They bringing dying back to life and help to people of Bengaluru fight shortage of water. The Revive Lakes team consists of 30 volunteers who are tirelessly working towards cleaning the lakes and spreading the awareness among people in the vicinity. The volunteers of Bhumi meet every weekend with the soul. The Vibhutipura Lake project involved more than 250 volunteers, which helped to rid the more than 7,000 kg of garbage. Following the cleanup, the team also contact door-to-door campaigning to create the 7,000 kg of garbage. Following the cleanup, the team also conducted door-to-door campaigning to create awareness about the conserving the water bodies and keeping it accordingly clean. Second point is the Swedge Foundation. Swedge believes that it is a very individual right to receive safe and sanitized drinking water. This NGO working towards conservation of water bodies in Maharashtra aims at ensuring that every family in its geography receives their share of 200 liters of water per day through taps and pipes in addition to their basic faculties such as sanitation, healthcare, and livelihood. According to the NGO, these water projects are sustainable and they create water communities that are responsible for the process and conservation of their community water projects. Apart from the domestic uses, water is also required for the agriculture purposes. They have taken up small tributes and constructed check dams in order to conserve water for domestic and agriculture purposes. The water conservation is supplied to the agriculture lands and throughout a modern age technology. Making the lives of the local farmers sustainable and profitable and helping conserve the water bodies in the process. Third point is the Waste Water Shield Organization Trust, WOTR. It is located at this Pune, and this NGO has spread its wings across the 9th state in India, impacting more than 3,750 villages with water at the core of everything that it does. WOTR has started many initiatives that aims at conserving water bodies in India. As a simplest yet unequal step, they have started something called the water budgeting, which involves Jai Sevaks to ensure optimal, rightful, and efficient consumption of water. The Jai Sevaks leads the water conservation activities in the one and they are joining 3-4 villages. In addition, they also aim at motivating and enabling rural community towards water harvesting and conservation. Fourth point is the Gramin Vikas Bhivan Samiti. With an aim to support the lives of millions of people living across 1,500 villages spread across the Rajasthan, Uttarakhand, and Uttar Pradesh, Gramin Vikas Bhivan Samiti was born, also known as the GRAVIs. These NGO are positively impact nearly 1.3 billion lives. Keeping in mind the water security and inadequate sanitation faculties in the drought-affected areas of the deserts, Gravis has taken up the responsibility of promoting water security through conventional methods such as the rainwater harvesting through tanks and barrels and drizzling of nails. Fifth is the Navajyoti India Foundation. Apart from the beginning about a positive change in the lives of the marginalized section of the society and promoting women empowerment, Dr. Kiran started a Navajyoti India Foundation to protect our environment, to conserve the water bodies as well. They promote adopting a sustainable means of life, working in close collaboration with students, women-led community groups, girl volunteers, etc. These NGOs of the water conservation work towards creating clean and green landscape to conserve sustainability of natural resources. Their water conservation enterprise works on the concept of rainwater harvesting. They collect the excess of rainwater and help in replacing groundwater. They also work towards restoring of lakes, ponds, and other water bodies. So now we are come to our conclusion. So the conclusion is, fresh water is a finite and limited sources on Earth, and increasing much of it polluted by both pathogenic or microorganisms or chemical compounds. Human demand for the fresh water is increasing in particular way. Water is required for the irrigated crops to feed the rapidly expanding human population. Water cycle globally through the ocean and atmosphere, the freshwater river system. At certain point in the cycle, water is purified both naturally and by treatment plants. Freshwater is a very unevenly distribution in the world, such as the large property of the world's human population has insufficient water for growing crops, for drinking, and for sanitation. The climate change is the alternating the global distribution of water, causing through as some regions flooding in other others. The chemical and the physical properties of water are state that over the range of temperature and the occurred on Earth, it impacts the rich diversity of plants and animals. Here is the acknowledgement part, as you can see. All these data and the information and the pictures are collected by this kind of websites, and also it is guided by our environment teacher Ghorui, and data collected and presentation also made by our friend Kaustav Mulli. I appreciated your keen interest in this presentation, which has taken my team and I days to prepare for you. Folks are simply the best. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Save water, save life. Thank you for watching my presentation.